Okay, this is for chapter 6 on algebraic fractions. Right, this is on page 14 of the notes, solving algebraic equation. So this is on practice 6. The answer is a equals to negative 8 and the other one is b equals to b equals to 1. Right, so for this lesson, okay, on this lesson we are going to learn how we're going to use algebraic fractions, or when do we see it. Right, like what's the application. So this is on page 15 of the notes. Page 15 of the notes. So this is a work problem. Right, a typical like O-level questions they may ask it this way. So over here the scenario is Jake and James took part in marathon race. Both ran 42 km. Now, so Jake ran at a constant speed of x km per hour. Write down an expression in terms of x for the number of hours he took. So based on speed, what we learned in primary school, DST triangle. Right, if I want to know the time, cover rate is d over s, distance over speed. Distance is 42, the speed is x km per hour. So that means basically it's 42 over x, and that's the answer. Right, pretty easy, right? Now I apply the same logic for James. James ran at a speed 2 km per hour greater than Jake. That means what is the speed of James? The speed of James will be x plus 2. Right, I mean 2 km per hour faster, right? So it's x plus 2. So applying the same thing, it will be 42 over x plus 2. That will be the number of hours that James took. Right, now the question goes on further to say the difference in their time. Now this is then a little bit tricky. We're going to form an equation, to write down an equation. Right, there's no way out. You must form an equation. So now the question is, who took a longer time? So at this stage, right, pause and then analyze the situation. It will be a word problem. Okay, think of a logical way. Okay, for me, what I do is, well, who ran faster, Jake or James? James run faster, right? So the faster runner will take a longer time or shorter time? Think about it. It will take a shorter time, right? The faster I run, the shorter the time. So that means Jake will take a longer time. So Jake will take a longer time, James will take a shorter time, because he's running faster. So always take the big one minus the small one for the difference, and this is what I do. So take a big one minus a small one equals to 4 over 3. So I change the 1/3 to 4 over 3. Of course you can write 1 and 1/3, it's fine. Right, so writing this will basically technically give you 1 mark, because write down the equation. Right, so from here I simplify. Now the simplification process, just going to show you the working, because it has been taught in the previous chapter. So I simplify it, combine to a single fraction on the left hand side, simplify before I do the cross multiplication. So over here I do the cross multiplication, expand and see that it's a quadratic, make one side 0, and from here usually I need to show that it reduces to this to get the x squared term. This is a 4x squared. I need to change it to x squared. How? Divide by 4. So I divide by 4. If everything is done correctly, all the values should match up exactly, and basically adding as shown. So this is basically this question is, if you know how to do, it's quite good, because the answer key is there. Right, so if you got this, and for example, if this is a 3-mark question, you get a full 3 mark. Okay, and you can check your answer. But what happens if, I don't know how to do this? Don't worry, it's not lost, okay? If you don't know, just skip this part first. You can then look at part B. See how to solve this. Solving this is pretty easy, right? By solving this, how do I solve? Okay, a quadratic equation, factorize. Okay, factorize. I get x plus 9, x minus 7. I can still solve it. So even if you do not know how to do part C, you can still solve it. Alright, you can still solve it. So x equals to 7 and negative 9. Right, and then lastly, the question usually they will ask for application of the question. Calculate the amount of time James took to complete the marathon. So James, if you go back, is under part B. Okay, part B not A. So must see James or Jake. So James is 42 over x plus 2. So I have here is 42 over x plus 2, and then I substitute x equals to 7 inside here. I substitute x equals to 7, cannot be negative 9, because speed cannot be negative. Okay, speed cannot be negative. And then from there on, I press calculator, I will get 4 and 2/3 hours. Okay, but I want it in hours and minutes. How to change it? 4 and 2/3 hours is basically 4 plus 2/3, so it's 4 hours. Okay, 4 hours. And over here, how do I get 40 minutes? 2/3 times 60. So this is actually 2/3 multiplied by 60, because I change from hours to minute. Right, so how do I change from hours to minutes? I separate the whole number and the fraction. Okay, I separate the whole number and fraction. The whole number is basically how many hours. The fraction will be the number of minutes multiplied by 60 to change it. Right. So with this, done with example 6. Thank you.